What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Aerodrome finance today at the request of Plato's Bro. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys. And let's get into it, okay? Here we are at about 60 cents right now on this, the 5th day of May. We got about 8 hours and 20 minutes left in the day here, right? Not too long to go. From a relative high to a relative low here, we've gone right to the 382. You've gone right to it, closed. You wicked above it, closed right below it. Likely from here, you will see some kind of a pullback. Generally speaking, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but whenever you see this kind of behavior, I would almost always expect that you do go to the 236. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this, but it's very, very, very common behavior on the fibs, right? You go from your low, you go up to your 382, back to your 236 to find support, up to your golden ratio, down here, find support, up there, find resistance, find support. You get this kind of stair-stepping behavior, and it's very common to do. 22% of a drop seems a bit much, though. I'm expecting Bitcoin, I don't know what that is. I'm expecting Bitcoin to drop about another 6% or so. If Bitcoin drops 6%, could this thing drop 22%? It could, but that's a bit intense. That's more than like a 3-to-1 ratio on the drop there. So I would look for something that's more on the lines, we're at about 60 cents now. I would think, and I have seen this is something else, right? Not just idealizing one chart and going with what the common behavior would be, not just looking at it like that. You should also take into consideration what other charts are doing in your niche space, right? So in crypto, what I've noticed recently is a lot of coins have gone from their 382 to finding support just above their 236, which is not common. It's not common, but it's like a personality trait that I've noticed has been taking shape over the past couple of weeks in crypto. So, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. This is a bit on a larger scale here, but could you find support above your 236? I think you could. You have reasons to. You have support here at prior support, support here at prior support. You could find support like right there at about 50 cents. That's fine. It's possible. 15% of a drop, Bitcoin drops 6%. That sounds a bit more appropriate to me. I can get on board with that. If we take a relative low here to a relative high, your 382 is also right there at 50 cents. And I don't know about you guys, but this looks like a pretty damn powerful move, what we just had. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but it's pretty common in the face of powerful moves, which who's to say that this is a powerful move or not, but I think 164% in 3 weeks, I think that's a powerful move. It's very common to find support at your 382, and that would be about a 13% drop from here. If Bitcoin drops 6%, this thing drops a little bit more than that. Yeah, that makes sense. With the 382, you can oftentimes wick below it and then close above it, right? Just like here, how you wicked above it, but you closed below it because it's from the upside down. We're talking about the downside up now. It wouldn't surprise me if you did go below 51 cents. So, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Here we are at 59 cents now for Aerodrome. My expectation would be that we see a 50 to 51 cent price over the coming days. It's probably going to happen, maybe by the end of today, maybe by tomorrow or the next day, but sometime this week it's going to happen. The daily RSI has some bearish divergence to top off, right? Lower highs in the RSI here. You can see lower highs there with higher highs here. That's bearish divergence. That doesn't mean that we have to go down here. It's just a good top signal, a relative top signal. If this is a relative high, likely we pull back to the 382 at least. If not, maybe we go all the way down to 40 cents, 38 cents. But again, that kind of drop, guys, it's a bit intense. It's a bit intense. I don't think that we're going to do that. I mean, could we go to the 0.5? Sure, but 23% on a 6% drop, that's still a bit intense. So I'm not too keen on believing that. I really do think that 50 cent area, just above, just below, whatever. You can break through 50 cents. It's fine if you break through 50 cents. Okay, you could go to 48 cents, whatever. Go lower, you're fine, but something in this area, probably around 50 cents is where you're going to find support. If we're looking at it here in that same kind of context going down there, I would think that your RSI would at that level provide like a 40 read, and that'd be a good area to bounce from. Maybe you're at a 40, maybe you hit 50 cents and you pull back up, and then the day closes, you're at a 45. It actually seems that you find more significance there anyways. So 40, 45, whatever. I would bet, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, that this RSI will tell you when the low is in, and it'll tell you the low is in once it's below 45 and above 40, somewhere in that kind of area. And my expectation, and that's not always the case. Okay, don't think that that's how it works. Okay, that's not how it works. But for this instance, yes, and I think that'll be somewhere reflective around like 50 cents. Okay. Afterwards, I'm expecting big things out of Aerodrome. I think Aerodrome is going to do very well. We're at some of the lowest prices that we've seen all cycle, right? Imagine all the people up here who wish that they bought at these lower prices, who wish that they bought in on this little pullback here. Well, you're right there now. You're right there now. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but for most of this cycle, where we are right now would be considered a smart area to buy, right? That's generally where it is. So even if we go a little bit lower, I think we're fine. I do believe that, like most of crypto, you've been in this consolidation phase since April of 2024. We're about to break out of it, I think, going into the month of June here. I mean, ending this month, going into the month of June, and maybe even in the very early phases of July, I do believe that we'll see higher prices. From a high to low, the expectation would be new all-time highs, right? Would be something on the lines of like a 6x. I could see that. $4.16. Yeah, right there. It's about a 6, almost a 7x, really. Maybe go all the way up to $8.65. That's about a 14x right there. So 14x, 6x, 7x, whatever. Yeah, so something in that area. That sounds about right to me. If you don't get there, at a minimum, I would expect you to get a 3x. But man, what, you're going to stop at your all-time highs again? I mean, maybe. It could happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if on your way higher, you stopped here for a little bit and then you continue to grow. Um, but time will tell. I think it'd be rather disappointing if this thing only stopped at like $2.33 or lower. I think it'd be rather disappointing, but it could happen. My goal, my target, not my goal, sorry. I don't own any Aerodrome, so it's not my goal. But my aspirations for this thing would be about 6.9x to about a 14x at the maximum. Personally, I would think more about the 6.9x, 7x level at $4.16, $4.20 maybe, to about $6, somewhere in that range. But anything can happen. You could definitely run up to 865 or higher. You never know. What's this thing's market cap at? 480 million. Yeah, you got that. You got that growth potential in the bag for sure. I got nothing else for you guys. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you're looking to buy Aerodrome, like any coin, do your own research. Okay, go to CoinMarketCap, click on it. They got the website. They got the white paper pulled up for you once it loads. If you have slow internet like I do. Website. I don't know why they don't have the white paper pulled up. There's got to be a white paper to this thing, but I'm sure you can find it. Anyways, I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.